The Remnant Conference in America was held in Dallas, Texas, with over 1,400 attendees. The U.S. Department of College Ministry is continually challenging to evangelize the 5,000 colleges by setting a goal to establish regional college evangelism schools and beginning committed worker and leader trainings. Remnant University will hold its first church officer training on November 26th. The New Jersey Oneness Church held on to the covenant of church construction and bought an American church that was on the verge of closing down.
Hello everyone, this is the RUTC News in America. The RCA began on the 21st with the Leaders Retreat in Dallas, Texas.
Around 1,400 people participated in this year's RCA, which began with the beautiful harmony of the Southern Remnant United Choir. During the conference, a vision talk was prepared by the RM and the Professors Association, where experts from 20 occupations shared forum about their covenant journey. Also, remnants scattered into 130 forum teams to share the word forum, setting an atmosphere of spiritual concentration throughout the conference. During the conference, Reverend Ryu gave messages entitled Absolute Disciples, Leaders of the Gospel, and Summit and Healing, Nobody, No Way, Nowhere. Reverend Ryu stated that God leads the remnants who restore the gospel to the seat of the three summits, emphasizing that we must enjoy the gospel and understand all people with the gospel. The RCA began with the Leader Retreat, and during RCA, 460 remnants received leaders training and shared forum about regional remnant days and other answers of the remnant movement. In related news, 10 General Affairs Managers were raised for each of the departments under the RM. An exhibition for North America specialists and remnants was also held during the conference.
Prior to RCA, a 4 intensive team training was held in 10 regions of North America. First, the Dallas Intensive Camp was held on the 16th for 3 days with Emmanuel Presbyterian Church as a base camp. The team visited Elders Jo Boik and Ha Young-suk's business, which was raised as a preparatory regional church 4 years ago, and shared the mission of the regional evangelism movement.
정말 중요한 것은 예비 안에 모든 것이 다 있다. 저가 살아나는 방법이 사실은 저희 강단 메시지였었어요. 그렇기 때문에 정말로 내가 목사님에서 정말 가장 먼저 기도하는 거, 그게 가장 먼저 1순위 기도고요.
벌어서 또 가게를 사고 또 하나님 또 막 계속 막 부어주시니까 또 좁아서 또 가게를 또 사고 그래가지고 이제 지역마다 이렇게 막 가게가 있게 됐는데 우리 가게 현장을 통해서 지역의 흑암을 꺾고 그리스도의 빛을 발하는 거기 때문에 이거에 정말 하나님께서 쓰임받는 지교회로 정말 쓰임받았으면 좋겠다.
It was also a time to establish a continuous evangelism system centered on college ministry workers at UNT and UTA. In Dallas, a mission team training and evangelism basic training were also held. Pastor Sergio and Pastor Tonin gave basic gospel training to 50 Spanish-speaking committed workers at the Washington Great Commission Church, One Mind Church, and Houston Antioch Church. The World Military Evangelical Union also circuited 4 regions in Texas and met with 30 military committed workers. The WMEU gave worship with military committed workers in each field, shared the gospel with invited unbelievers, and provided mentoring for remnants who will enlist in the military. Together with the U.S. Christian Disciples Fellowship, a forum was held about the military mission strategy, including the establishment of a 5 basic system.
The challenge of the U.S. Department of College Ministry to evangelize the 5,000 colleges is currently ongoing. It has set a goal to establish regional college evangelism schools and has started committed worker training.
The U.S. Department of College Ministry invited Korea DCM ministry workers to Houston and Penn State in September to provide college leaders with evangelism basic training, including personal evangelism, personal nurturing, and group leader training.
저희 지역에 전도학교가 이제 세팅돼가고 있는 과정인데 정말 미국의 전도약을 살릴 수 있는 그런 전도 제자들이 모이고 특히 다민족 제자들이 모일 수 있는 그런 전도의 시스템이 되어질 수 있도록 저희가 전도학교를 놓고 기도하고 있어요.
The USDCM is continually carrying out regional leader trainings and will be starting with regions where 5-member teams of messengers, church officers, enrolled students, graduates, and multi-ethnic groups will gather and begin to set up college evangelism schools.
제 개인적으로 대학 사역은 한 20여 년 동안 했었는데요. 그곳에 계속되는 생명운동 또 지속적인 재생산 이런 부분들은 전혀 일어나지를 않았었어요. 시스템 없이는 개인 전도는 되지만 전도운동은 일어나지 않는구나. 대학 전도학교에 대한 시스템이 너무 필요하다.
The USDCM held its first U.S. college retreat in Chicago in 2017 and its second retreat in Atlanta this past May the 2nd. Setting the college retreat as the D-Day, they have also been carrying out the circuits camp. After RCA, a college camp will be also held from the 25th for 3 days in Houston, New Jersey, and New York. The next U.S. college retreat will be held from May 22nd for 3 days in New Jersey.
Remnant University will hold its first church officer training on November 26th.
This training, addressing the Church Officers of America, will take place for 2 nights and 3 days, starting on the 26th at Emmanuel Church of Southern California and on the 27th at Antioch Mission Church. The training for the church officers to organize their individual CVDIP will open through the lectures of Reverend Ryu Gang-su's church officer video message, Reverend Lee Byung-moo's evangelism studies, and Reverend Kim Chol-yeon's doctrine for church officers. RU, that has moved to Tahunga in the outskirts of LA, is planning to begin the full-fledged training of the multi-ethnic pastors, church officers, and remnants worldwide and continue to proceed with the church officer and remnant training while circumvolving the cities of America.
The New Jersey Oneness Church held on to the covenant of church construction and bought an American church that was on the verge of closing down.
This February, Reverend Omiya held on to the covenant of the temple construction during the session breakfast at Emmanuel Busan Church.
그때 조찬당회에서 유 목사님께서 유럽의 장로님들 몇이 RUTC 찾은 것을 말씀하시면서 미국에도 청소년들이 갈 데가 없다. 렘넌트들을 훈련할 장소가 없고 마음껏 예배할 장소가 없는데 그거를 진짜 마음에 담으면 보인다. 전문성 있게 찾으면 보인다.
Through the officer training, church officers held on to the same covenant and began the challenge to find the forsaken churches.
컴퓨터를 이제 딱 찾아볼 때는 그 전에 이제 기도를 짧게 하고 찾아보는데 그때 이제 하나님께서 주신 메시지가 정말 네가 이렇게 할 수 있는 능력이 없어서 지금 못 하고 있느냐. 그 음성을 받고 나서는 하나님 능력으로 하자는 이렇게 기도가 되었고 그날 바로 저희한테 아주 맞는 좋은 성전을 저희가 인도받게 되었습니다.
As soon as the church construction began, all of the believers, including remnants, began to take part in giving heartfelt offering.
통장 있는 돈은 다 헌금했지만 내 마음 기뻤어요. 교회를 위해서 헌신하는 거니까요. 우리 교회에서 예배드릴 수 있는 게 제일 좋아요. 교회가 미국에 많이 문을 닫고 있는데 하나님이 이렇게 축복을 주셔서 감사하고 하나님 우리 성전이 하나님을 예배하는 곳이 되고 다민족이 정말 와서 예배하는 곳이 되도록 기도했어요.
Church officers took out loans, gave over their savings, and in August paid off the $736,530. Through this, a 7,000 square foot American church on a 21,000 square foot plot of land was purchased, and all of the believers again took part in the remodeling of the church. On the 19th, a Thanksgiving worship for temple relocation was held, and 11 church officers were raised. Reverend Ryu proclaimed the mission to raise at least 5 RUTCs throughout the U.S. to train remnants and multi-ethnic disciples. To this end, on the 22nd, East Coast pastors gathered to hold an RUTC construction preparatory meeting.
The Church Officer Graduate School to Save the Church, Field, and Next Generation is currently proceeding with the attendance of church officers from 20 churches in North America. Especially after proclaiming the mission of Church Officer Graduate School must save the elders, ordained deacons, senior deaconesses, deacons, and young business people, the 5 positions, last September, messages regarding the 5 positions are continuously being proclaimed through the Church Officer Graduate School. In addition, the Church Officer Graduate School is forming the affiliation of 5 positions in each region and church. The second Church Officer Conference, where all church officers of the 5 positions gather, will be taking place on the upcoming 13th of December at the Deokpyeong RUTC. Currently in North America, church officers from 20 churches Currently, 6,000 church offices from 400 churches are taking part all over the world.
Every year, over 1,400 remnants are gathering in the field of the United States where the gospel is becoming vague to concentrate on the word and continue in the covenant journey. We request your prayers for the remnants and the evangelists who will lead the evangelization of the United States, the Rome of this age. Thank you.